Hello and welcome to Core. I am Coach Allisha. We've got 10 minutes of core exercises, about 4 of them for you today. Just before we get started, I want to make sure to remind you guys that all of our workouts provided are intended for TMMKFitness members. And if you're not a TMMKFitness member and you choose to do this workout, just please do so at your own risk. So we're actually going to have to get started on our back. So you want to make sure that those feet are... Oh, no, we're actually going to bring our knees up to 90 degrees. Feet are flat on the floor is your second exercise. So all you're going to do from here, make sure that your low back is pressed into the mat, and you're going to drop one heel to the floor, pull it up, and then drop the other one. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So you're just going to try to make sure that you keep that top leg as still as possible. Keep that low back pressed into the mat. Drop one heel, alternating to the other. If you want to take it a little bit faster, you definitely can. I'm just going to stay at this pace here. Whatever works for you. We're going to be here for another 10 seconds. And we're going to stay in this position. 3, 2, and 1. So drop those feet down to the floor. Low back is still pressed into the mat. I want you to maintain that same neutral hip position, but we're going to lift those hips up off of the floor. Your shoulders are tucked under you. Head is nice and rested on the floor. And you can even make sure that those palms are flat on the floor. From here, we're going to march. So now we're going to take one foot up and then the other. So let's go ahead and get started here. So march through, keeping those glutes activated. Don't want to push too far forward with those, or up with those hips, because you still want to maintain that nice neutral spine. And march through it. As you take one leg up and then the other, don't let those hips drop. Keep going. If you keep those hips tucked, you can actually feel that lower core is nice and engaged. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. All right, come to a side plank. Didn't know what this one was called, the side. So you're going to either place one hand below that shoulder, or you can place that elbow below the shoulder. Okay, from there, in your side plank, so I'm actually going to take it up here, and I'm going to leave that bottom knee down, or you can be in a full side plank. We're going to rotate under, and then pull back up. All right, let's go ahead and get started on one side. In 3, 2, 1, go. So rotate under, and then pull that arm back up. Really make sure that you rotate at the shoulder, and then open all the way back up. Good. Keep working through that on this side. Keep going. 3, 2, switch sides. After this, we got one more exercise, then we're going to go back to the top. Other side in 3, 2, 1. Go. Really focus on the lower, or the bottom part of your core here, your side oblique. So the side that's closest to the floor. If you wanted to just hold that side plank, you're more than welcome to. Whatever works for you. We have 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, next one is in a regular plank position, but you're gonna be, so you can either be modified down on those forearms like this, or you can be in a high plank here. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your right foot, tap it out to the side, bring it back to the middle, left foot out to the side, and then middle. All right, here we go, 3, 2, 1, go. So if you wanted to do this from a modified position, you still definitely can. You can have those knees down. You can just extend that leg, tap it off to the side, bring it back down, and then switch. Whatever works for you. Make sure those hands or elbows are directly underneath those shoulders. Keep going. We've got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, flip it back to your back. Or one to the top. So remember, those knees are at 90 degrees. Low back is pressed into the floor or your mat. And then we're going to alternate dropping those heels down. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. So drop one, pull it up. Drop the other. It's super important that you keep that top leg as still as possible because it's going to keep that core engaged as you move the other leg through the movement. Really want to work hard through these exercises because we're only doing them twice. I made them long enough to where we didn't have to do them 3 times. But we could actually focus on the movement throughout each one. Don't forget about that low back. Keep moving. Keep working. 5 more seconds here. And rest. Feet are flat on the floor. Make sure that you maintain that neutral hip position so that your low back is pressed into the mat. Then from there, pressing through those heels, lift those hips up. This will begin our second movement. In 3, 2, 1. March those feet. Focus on squeezing those glutes, keeping them activated. Try not to press those hips up too high to the ceiling to where you lose that neutral position with those hips. Keep working. We've only got 2 exercises left after this, and then you're done. Keep going. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. All right, side plank. First side, choose which one you want. Make sure that you put that elbow or hand directly underneath your shoulder. We'll get started rotating in 3, 2, 1, go. So really rotate those shoulders around. Pull it back through. We're focusing on that oblique on that bottom side there, closest to the floor. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. We're almost done. Other side. In 3, 2, 1, go. I also want you to think about your head being an extension of your body. So it should be a straight line, no matter which option you're choosing. Keep going. Less than 10 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Last exercise, plank position. We're tapping that foot, so in your plank, tap that foot out and in, other one out and in. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Last exercise. Make it count. Remember your options. So if you wanted to drop those knees down, extend one leg out and in, then switch. More than welcome to do that. If you didn't want to move those feet, you
just want to hold plank, you can do that as well. Choose the best option for you. Remember, this is your last exercise. Breathe through it. Work through it. Push yourself a little bit. Keep going. Give me 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. You're done. I want to thank you all again for joining me today. Again, I am Coach Allisha, and this was your 10 minutes of core.